Hello everyone, it's me here. Now for this type of video that I have decided to go ahead and do tonight this is going to be a brief announcement update video for tonight for September 10th, 2024, and y'all gonna find out the main reason why that I have decided to go ahead and do this type of video for you guys out there tonight for sure, that is. So for this type of video that I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to do a brief announcement update video for September 10th, 2024, in which I'm going to be explaining a lot of further details about what I'm going to be mentioning during this brief announcement update video for sure. So yeah, anyways, you guys, and y'all gonna find out the main reason why is I'm gonna go ahead and explain a lot of further details, and y'all gonna find out the main reason why that I have decided to go ahead and do this video for you guys tonight, just for fun and all that stuff, since I just thought about doing this video, and I have decided to go ahead and do this video as well too. So yeah, so this is gonna be a brief announcement update video for tonight for September 10th, 2024, and this is going to be consisting about a VHS tape and all that stuff during this brief announcement video and all that stuff for tonight, that is. So for the VHS tape that I'm going to be explaining a lot of further details about is I'm going to be explaining about my old copy, which I still have, and all that stuff pretty much, and also later future further details as well too. For the VHS that I'm going to be explaining about is none other than the 1995 Canadian VHS of Disney Sing-Along Songs Colors of the Wind, that is for sure. So anyways, you guys, without further ado, and let's go ahead and let's start this brief announcement update video, and let's go ahead and get the show on the road. So anyways, you guys, let's just go ahead and let's dive into this brief announcement video without wasting more time and all that stuff pretty much. So, and y'all gonna find out the main reason why, and y'all gonna find out a lot of the further details about the 1995 Canadian VHS of Disney Sing-Along Songs Colors of the Wind, which I'm going to be talking about my old original copy, and I also have some excellent, awesome news to tell you all later on in this video as well. So stay tuned for that and just a little bit there later on during this brief announcement update video and all that stuff. So anyways, you guys, without further ado, let's just go ahead and let's get the show on the road, and let's dive into the brief announcement video for tonight, that is. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started, and let's dive into this video, and let's go ahead and get started without any further interruptions, further delays, or anything like that at all. So in the meantime now, guys, let's just go ahead and let's get this video started, and then here we go, guys. Here goes nothing. So first we're going to start off with which is my original copy first, and then we'll go to the awesome, excellent news afterwards about that particular certain VHS copy of it, to be exact, copy of the title, that is. So first we're going to just start off with the my copy of the 1995 Canadian VHS of Disney Sing-Along Songs Colors of the Wind right here first, and then I have some excellent news to tell you all, to all of you guys out there. So here we go now, guys, and here goes nothing. So here we go now, guys. Yeah, for my copy of the 1995 Canadian VHS of Disney Sing-Along Songs Colors of the Wind, I first got that tape from eBay back in a few years ago, from eBay back in either in June or July. Yeah, it was probably the end of June of 2022 when I first got that tape from eBay, which is the 1995 Canadian VHS of Disney sing-along songs Colors of the Wind, to be exact. So I first got that tape from eBay back in June of 2 years ago, which is 2022 to be exact. But didn't get that in the mail at first until probably around July 3rd of 2022 when that tape just came in the mail from eBay when I first got it back then. So guys, the only thing about my old first original copy of that tape, which I got back in 2022, which is I ordered it from eBay back at the end of June of, I believe, in 2022, but didn't receive it in the mail until July 3rd of 2022. That is back then, a very long time ago back then. So, and I've done a VHS update video back then around 2 years ago, which is a very long time ago. I did like a VHS update for July 3rd, 2022 when I originally did the update video showing that tape back then. And along with the bad news video on that same date as well, too, and all that stuff. And even I've shown that tape in other VHS videos as well, too, back a long time ago back then, right around after July 3rd of 2022, to be exact. So, yeah. And as of for tonight, for September 10th, 2024, I still have the tape in my collection so far. And I'm going to tell you guys about what I'm going to do with my old copy of that tape after I explain about the excellent news to tell you guys later on during this video for sure, that is. Excuse me there. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I am going to go ahead and talk about my old first copy of that tape, which is my original copy, which I got from eBay back in the summer of 2022, which is 2 years ago and all that stuff first, and then we'll go to something else later on during this video, but excellent news and all that stuff. So yeah. But guys, I'm going to tell you about my old original first copy, which I still have it with me as of for today, for right now, that is guys, I have a little bit of some bad news about that tape, you guys, about my copy of that tape for sure, which I got that back in during the summer of 2022, and I first ordered that tape from eBay back in the end of June of 2022 and didn't receive it in the mail until July 3rd of that year in 2022 to be exact. And yes, and I still have the tape in my collection, which is right next to me right there, which I'm going to go ahead and show you my copy of that tape later on in just a few minutes here. But first, I'm going to go ahead and explain what's wrong with my old first copy of that tape, and I have a little bit of some bad news to tell you all about what's wrong with my old first copy of that tape, which I still have it with me as of for right now, that is. So yeah, anyways. The bad news is about my copy of the 1995 Canadian VHS of Disney sing-along songs Colors of the Wind is, guys, there is a problem with the sound on my copy of that tape. It's in which y'all gonna find out what I'm gonna be explaining my further details about on what's wrong with the sound on that tape and the audio and all that stuff, pretty much. So yeah. So I'm just gonna say it's probably considered to be a damaged copy or something like that, but that's what I would probably say. Is my copy is unfortunately and sadly damaged throughout the whole entire tape, that is. The main reason why the whole entire tape is pretty much sadly damaged is because of the audio is completely messed up on that tape throughout the whole tape, that is, on my copy of it for sure. Is because I'm going to go ahead and describe what it sounded like throughout the whole entire tape of my copy of it, to be exact, during this video right here. So yeah, is the main reason why that about the sound on my copy was messed up all of a sudden, because, well, that was the way it came when I got this from eBay back in 2 years ago. It came like that, and that was the way it came when I first got that tape from eBay, which is my old first copy of it, to be exact. So yeah, guys, the problem with the sound on my copy of that tape is because it describes the sound in the audio, what it sounds like, and I'm going to go on and describe it, what it sounded like. And I even did a bad news video back in July 3rd of 2022 when I showed you what the problem was with the sound and what it sounded like as well. And I've done a bad news video back then, a long time ago, back on July 3rd of 2022 to be exact. Which, that bad news video is still up on my YouTube channel, and I don't think it was on my Facebook page, because I didn't think that I have done VHS videos on my Facebook page and all that stuff, but mostly it was my Brendan's Movie Collector YouTube channel, which is my new main YouTube channel for sure. So yeah, so that bad news video is still up on my YouTube channel. So if y'all haven't seen that bad news video for July 3rd, 2022, go see it for yourself. If you haven't seen that bad news video, it's still uploaded and still posted on my YouTube channel for my Brendan's Movie Collector channel, which is my new main channel, which is I'm still currently using though. That bad news video is still up on my main channel since July 3rd of 2022. So if y'all haven't seen that bad news video, if y'all ever go see that bad news video from July 3rd, 2022, and you'll see what I'm talking about, and I showed you what the problem was. The problem is with my copy of that tape, on what's wrong with the sound on that tape and all that stuff. So for my copy of it, that is. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and explain about and describe what it sounded like for the audio on my copy of that tape right there, during this brief announcement video right here. So the problem with the sound on my copy of that tape was the audio is described as static to me, that is. It sounded static throughout the whole entire tape of my copy of it, to be exact. So what I mean is, you guys, and what I'm talking about described as static though, the sound and the audio was completely messed up all of a sudden throughout the whole entire tape of my copy of it, to be exact, of that tape right there. And it sounded like between static and normal at the same time right there. So that's what I described the audio on my copy of that tape, on why it's messed up like that all of a sudden, and why it doesn't sound right and doesn't sound normal as usual. That is, for my copy of that tape, for sure. So I described the audio being sounded static and normal in between at the same time there throughout the whole entire tape. So that's what I describe it as, which is the audio on my copy of that tape, it sounded like between static and normal at the same time there. And it described as it sounded muffled throughout the whole entire tape of it, that is, for my copy of it, to be exact. So basically, my copy of the 1995 Canadian VHS of Disney Sing-Along Songs Colors of the Wind is described as static sounds, static audio to right there as the audio would what it described like and all that stuff. So yeah. So I've shown you for proof during the bad news video for July 3rd, 2022 video, which I've done a very long time ago, back in 2 years ago. I was right about what was the problem with my copy of that tape and what's wrong with it, to be exact. And I showed you for proof during that bad news video from back then, where I showed you the audio on what it sounded like and all that stuff. And when I showed the entire opening to that tape in that bad news video and all that stuff, as pretty much for sure that is. So that was my old first original copy of that tape, which I still have it with me as of for tonight. That is. Yeah, I still have that, my first old original copy, which I got back in 2022 in the summer of that year, and it's still in my collection, and it's still in my apartment with me and all that stuff. So yeah. As of for September 10th, 2024, that is, which is sitting right next to me. On the left side, right next to me there. So, in which I'm about to go ahead and show you my copy, my old first original copy, which I still have it as of for right now, that is. So, yeah. So that was what the bad news about my old first original copy on what was wrong with the sound and the audio and all that stuff, pretty much. So the sound was pretty muffled. Like it sounded described as, it sounded like between both static and normal at the same time, and it's like a combination between like audio, between like static and normal at the same time, while during the whole entire tape of my copy of it, my old first original copy of it and all that stuff, pretty much. So that was the way it came when I first got that tape from eBay back a few years ago, back then, around in the summer of 2022, which is I ordered it back at the end of June of 2022 and didn't receive it in the mail, which I remember it was July 3rd, 2022, back then, a long time ago and all that stuff like that. So yeah. So that was the story about what was wrong with my old first copy of that tape. So that was done. So, and that's what the problem was. And for right now, up next is I'm about to go ahead and show you my copy, my old first original copy, which I still have it with me right here. So I'm about to show you for proof. I'll show you what the tape looks like and all that stuff. And before we go ahead and give out the awesome, excellent news about it, about that VHS copy of it, to be exact. So I'm about to go ahead and show you my copy of it real quick before we go ahead and move on to further details on something else during this announcement brief video right here. So yeah. So I'm about to show you my copy of it right here, that I still have it with me. So I'll show you proof that it is my old original first copy. So here it is. Yep. As you can see right there, it's still right here with me. So this is my old first original copy of this tape of the 1995 Canadian VHS of Disney Sing-Along Songs Colors of the Wind right here. So this is my old first original copy, which I got this 2 years ago, back in 2022. When I first received it back in July 3rd of that year, 2022, which I got in the mail from eBay back then. So yeah. So anyways, I'll go and show you the front and the slipcover real quick. So here's what the back looks like as usual, as you can see there. And I'll go ahead and show you what the tape looks like and everything. And it's got Sorcerer Mickey on it, as you can see right there. Here's what the ink label looks like. And the tape itself right here, and this has a cartridge number on this tape instead of a print date, since this is a Canadian copy as usual. So usually Canadian VHS tapes does not have a print date. They would either have no print date or they would have a cartridge number on it. So this tape does have a cartridge number on it, since this is a Canadian copy of this tape for sure. So, and I'll read the cartridge number to you guys in case y'all curious of what it looks like and all that stuff. So cartridge number means they have two numbers in between, and they would that's their timestamp for their videotapes in Canada, both in English and French ones for sure. That is. So yeah, this is English Canadian VHS of this. So this is dubbed in English. So, but even though this is a Canadian copy, but even though this is dubbed in English though, and all that. So yeah. So here's the tape, what it looks like and everything, and the cartridge number on this tape is 1 out of 2 for my copy right here of my old first original copy of this tape, right there. So yeah, this tape is muffled throughout the whole tape for the sound on this copy right there. So yeah, so I just wanted to tell you guys about my old first original copy of this tape for sure. So yeah, so this is my old first original copy of this tape right there, which I still have it right here for right now. That is. So that's what it looks like, and that's my old first original copy of this. So yeah, so I wanted to go ahead and show you that real quick before we move on to the excellent news still in the middle of this video right there. So yeah, so that's gonna be it for that. And now for the excellent news, what's gonna be happening and all that stuff. And I have some awesome news to tell you guys during this brief announcement video. While it's recording, it's still recording, but it's at 22 minutes right now. So I'm about ready to tell you guys the awesome news about what I just done this morning to you guys. So yeah. So here we go now, guys. Here comes the awesome news I have to tell you guys that I'm about to go ahead and tell you guys during this video right now. Guys, here's the awesome news. Guys, guess what, you guys? As of this morning for today, for September 10th, 2024, guys, I have some awesome news to tell you guys. While this brief announcement video is still recording. So why not for me to give out some awesome news to everyone, whoever's watching this brief announcement video and still watches this video. And guys, everyone, I have some awesome news to tell you guys. Guess what, you guys? From this morning today, and starting off this morning today, guess what, you guys? I have finally ordered myself a new replacement copy of the 1995 Canadian VHS of Disney Sing-Along Songs Colors of the Wind, finally, at last, this morning today, finally. So yes, I have finally just ordered myself a new replacement copy of that tape earlier today, finally. Which I'm glad I ordered myself a new replacement copy of the same VHS copy of it, that is, which is going to be a new replacement copy of that tape, which I'll tell you guys why for sure that is. So y'all going to be so happy for me, and y'all going to be so proud of me that I just finally found a new replacement copy of that tape from eBay recently. So this morning today, when I went on my eBay account and all that stuff, and I was about to go look for more VHS tapes and all that stuff for this month in September, you guys. Guess what, you guys? I have found a new replacement copy of the 1995 Canadian VHS of Disney Sing-Along Songs Colors of the Wind today. And as soon as I was thinking about getting myself a new replacement, excuse me, after I was thinking about getting myself a new replacement copy of this tape, guess what, guys? Is I finally just purchased it and finally just ordered it immediately and just purchased it from eBay immediately because I really needed myself a new copy of that tape because I was so done with my old first copy of it because of the sound problem that was on my old original first copy of that tape. So why not for me to just get myself a new replacement copy, which I already got that ordered from earlier today, this morning from eBay, finally. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed about my new replacement copy, which I'm about to get soon in the mail pretty soon. But even though it's already been shipped already, as of for this morning, after I just bought it from eBay, a new replacement copy from there. And it was already shipped to the post office in from Canada already, where the tape is located at, and where the package is going to be originally shipped from Canada, and my packet and the package has already been taken to the post office in somewhere in Canada, that is where the tape is located at and all that stuff. So yeah, so I'm glad it got shipped that quick, so which I wasn't expecting for that, which it was really unexpected. I just thought it was unexpected for my new replacement copy to be shipped already, and the eBay seller just took it to the post office already somewhere in Canada, that is where whenever the tape is located at, somewhere in Canada and all that stuff. So yeah. So guys, I am so happy and I'm so proud of myself and I'm so glad I was able to get a new. I was so glad and I was so proud of myself that I thought about getting myself a new replacement copy of the same VHS copy, which I needed a new copy of that tape for sure because I just had enough with my old first copy of that tape because of the sound problem to my old first copy of it, to be exact. So guys, here's the thing, and let me tell you guys this. Sorry, my throat is starting to get dried up for some odd reason there, so please just bear with me with that, you guys. I just needed to take a little bit of rest for a couple seconds here and all that. So yeah, because of me talking so much during this video, that I needed to talk a whole lot during this brief announcement video right here. So it's just my throat just starting to get dried up a lot for some odd reason there, due to me talking so much a lot during this video, because it's like 28 minutes right now. So please just bear with me with that, you guys, and I'm trying the best I can though. It's just how it is though, but yeah. But anyways, let me tell you guys this. I am going to keep my fingers crossed at this, so about my new replacement copy of this tape. So I'm hoping that my new replacement copy of this tape will sound a lot better, and hopefully it'll sound normal and not static and muffled as my old first copy that I've shown in this, that I still have as of for right now and all that stuff. So, and which is I showed it to you guys already. So yeah. But once my new replacement copy of that tape comes in pretty soon, then I will check the beginning of it, like the opening to it and all that stuff, to make sure the sound doesn't get static and muffled at all, and hopefully it will sound right this time unlike my old first copy of that tape. So yeah. So I hope my new replacement copy of the same VHS tape does not happen the same thing as my old first original copy, unfortunately though, but I hope my new replacement copy of that tape doesn't happen the same thing, with the sound being pretty messed up, like it sounds static and muffled at the same time there. So I'm hoping it'll be a better copy of the new replacement copy. Hopefully it'll be better this time, so... But I'll find out pretty soon, and then if my new replacement copy is not, if it's not like the same thing as my old first copy that I still have, if my new replacement copy of this tape does not happen the same thing as my old copy of this, here's what I'm gonna do. I've thought about my own two choices about what I'm going to do with my old first copy of it, to be exact. And I'm hoping that my new replacement copy of this tape does not happen the same thing as my old copy of it, which I hope it doesn't sound muffled at all, and I just hope it doesn't sound static at all. It doesn't have static sounds throughout the whole entire tape, which I'm hoping it doesn't happen again. The same thing as my new replacement copy, which I just ordered it from eBay this morning today, so yeah. So that's what's gonna be. So that's the awesome news I told you guys already. So at least I'm so glad I ordered myself a new replacement copy of that tape. But here's the thing though. And let me tell you guys this. And once after my new replacement copy comes in pretty soon as it can, and if I find out that the new replacement copy of that tape doesn't sound muffled and static, here's what I'm gonna do. If my new copy of that tape does not happen the same thing as my old copy, I'm thinking about getting rid of my old copy and just throw it out. If my new copy doesn't happen the same thing, if it doesn't have that sound audio problem and all that stuff, so. But just in case, if my new replacement copy, in case if it happens the same thing, which I hope it doesn't. It doesn't happen the same thing for sure on my new replacement copy of that tape. Which I doubt it won't happen the same thing, but I'm hoping it's not going to happen the same thing. But just in case, if my new replacement copy, just in case if it sounds the same thing as my old copy, I'm just going to go in and keep both of my copies, which I'll have two copies just for fun in my collection, that is, and just for collection purposes and all that stuff. So, but I'm hoping my new replacement copy of this tape doesn't happen the same thing. I hope it'll sound right and sound normal as usual, that is, and doesn't sound static at all for that work, that is. Which I'm hoping it doesn't happen like that from, again, just like my old copy of it, to be exact. So those are the two choices I've decided to make, and one of those two choices I'm about to do. So once after my new replacement copy comes in the mail from eBay soon and all that stuff. So yeah. So hopefully my new replacement copy of this tape doesn't sound static, unlike my old first copy of it, to be exact. So, which I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hoping that it doesn't have that sound audio problem, unlike my old first copy of that tape for sure. So, which I'm hoping it doesn't happen like that at all, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for my new replacement copy, which will be a better copy, and hopefully it'll be better, unlike my old first copy, hopefully. So yeah. So if my new copy of that tape doesn't sound static at all throughout the whole tape, then I'm probably thinking about getting rid of my old first copy and just throw it away in the garbage, in the trash and all that stuff. Once I do a separate video on a VHS tape, I'm throwing away my old first copy of that tape sometime soon later on and all that stuff, once after my new copy of that tape comes in soon. So I just want to give you guys a heads up and give you guys information about, advice about, and the conversation about one of those two choices on what I'm going to do with my old first copy of that tape once after my new copy comes in soon. So, yeah. Excuse me. Sorry about me burping there and clearing my throat at the same time because of my throat just being dried up still so much there. So I might need to hurry up and get this video done. So I want to get this video done immediately because my throat is starting to get tired for some reason there. So, yeah, and it's starting to get dried up for some odd reason there, for absolute no reason, that is, because of me talking a whole lot during this video right there. So, yeah, So, anyways, you guys, that's all I have to say, and that's pretty much going to be my brief announcement video for tonight for for September 10th, 2024, and I can't wait to get my new copy coming in the mail pretty soon. Hopefully sometime next week, I believe. Hopefully around Monday or next Tuesday of next week, that is. But we'll see from there. So hopefully it'll be sometime around next week. It'll be coming in the mail soon from eBay and all that stuff. So, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this brief announcement video for tonight. And thank you for watching this type of video, and I'll see you guys later in the next video on Facebook and on my YouTube channel as well too, and I'll see you guys later on then in the next video. So peace out, you guys, and I'll see you guys later in the next video. Catch you guys later, and peace out, folks. See you guys later on. Bye for now, guys.